You are listening to the Academic Wellbeing Series, brought to you by Academdum. This series is designed to help you understand how to apply your faith to your academics. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, disconnected, or simply in need of direction, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
Today, I will be answering a very, very interesting question. Am I intelligent? So many people, I don't know why it is like a struggle for people, but I also get, there's a need to actually know, there's a need to actually answer this question, and I want to answer this question first as we continue to build up in this series of teachings. Okay, so this is put together by Academdum and primarily for the purpose of achieving academic well-being. And this aspect is aiming and directed towards the spiritual well-being of students. Okay, so spiritual well-being, how you can stand out as a student and even be sound spiritually. Yeah. So let's talk about this. I want everybody hearing me and every human being to know this. There is a vital force in every man. So irrespective of your race, your color, your orientation, nationality, what makes man man is this very life force captured and within every man. It is in every man. It is this life force that literally powers, this force powers the life of every man, every human being. And what is this force? It is the spirit of that man. It's the spirit. It's the spirit. It's the spirit. The spirit is that vital force that powers the life of every man. Every man. Every man, right? The spirit, it's a force. You can't exactly see it. But this spirit, this breath, is the very essence that gave man and made man living, have life in itself. Okay? I hope you're still following me. Beautiful. So let's just quick look at something here. Let's take a quick look at something. So we'll go straight into Genesis, into the word, and I want to show you this even from the scriptures. So Genesis chapter 2 verse 7. Genesis chapter 2 verse 7. We'll be taking a look at two versions, two different renditions of the Bible. The King James Version and then the Amplified Bible. Okay? So the King James Version, let's read. It says, "And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground." Man, okay? Man. This isn't Christian. This isn't Muslim. This is man. Every human. Okay, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Man became a living soul after that breath of life. That's the vital force in every man. That's the vital force powering every man. That's what makes man a living and makes man man. Let's check it out in Amplified Bible. Okay, so it says, "Then the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath or spirit of life, and man became a living being." Breathe into his nostrils the breath or spirit of life. The spirit of life, God released into man, and man became a living being. So every human captured in this spirit of life that was released, captured in this vital force that every man carries, is intelligence. Stay with me, okay? Stay with me. We're building up someone. We're getting someone with this. Captured within the spirit of every man, or captured in that breath of life, in that spirit of life released by God into man, is what? Intelligence. So what exactly is intelligence? What does it mean to be intelligent? Because so many people have so many assumptions actually about intelligence, and don't worry, we'll touch some of them. We'll touch some of them as we continue. But what exactly is intelligence? Intelligence is the ability to create, okay? It's the ability to create, to manipulate, to control resources. Resources is, be it humans, be it material, be it whatever the case may be, resources. The ability to create, to manipulate, to control resources, to create something, to bring something out, to bring about something, a desire or a result, a kind of results that you desire. It's basically you being able to make things work for you, being able to make your environment, make resources, make people work for you, or to create something for you. To even deal with a situation, you need to know how to, okay, how do I make this make sense? How do I make this work? How do I bring this together? That's intelligence there. Okay, that's intelligence. That's intelligence. It's not in your okay, let's not get into that yet. Let's still touch on that. But let's just continue. Okay? So intelligence now is factored into the spirit. Intelligence now is factored into the very essence of man. Not, like I said at the very beginning, this is irrespective of race, ethnicity, nationality, religion, color, whatever you want to call it, gender. Every man has the spirit of life at work in him, has the breath that powers their life. There's a breath that God released into the very first man that powers man's existence, and captured in that vital force powering man's existence is intelligence. So intelligence has been embedded into man's software from the very beginning, from the original design. And every student is a human being. I mean you're human, obviously. So what happens? That same intelligence is captured within you. Fact. It's captured within you. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you. So I'm not psyching. I'm not motivating you here. This is, we're teaching. We're coming to understand academics by and through the word, from the perspective of the word. All right. Okay. Now let's take a look at something. Let's check out Job 32. So the book of Job, chapter 32, verse 8. All right, and this time around, we'll be checking out 3 different versions of the Bible: the KJV, that's King James Version, the Amplified Bible, and the New Living Translation. All right. So in Job 32, verse 8. So let's check out KJV first. You'd see something here. All right. So KJV, Job 32, verse 8 says, "But there is a spirit in man." Did you hear that? But there is a spirit in man. Okay? But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Okay? Now let's check it in Amplified. Oh, I love this so much. Just look at this. But there is a vital force. Okay, look at, you would see in the Amplified Bible, vital force is put in brackets there, meaning what? It's like extra, I interpret it, extra context. So it says, but there is a vital force, a spirit of intelligence. Oh my God, a spirit of intelligence in man, and the breath of the Almighty gives men understanding. But now, the emphasis here is that there is a vital force, a spirit of intelligence in man. So you're listening to me right now, listen and listen well. There is a spirit of literal intelligence inside you right now. You are a being of intelligence. A being of intelligence. Hear that and hear it again. You are a being of intelligence. there is a vital force, a spirit of intelligence embodied and embedded inside of you. So you can't be dull. You can't. And I'm coming to that honestly, because you're made in God's image and likeness. Every man that exists has the breath of God within them, whether they believe it or not, whether they accept it or not, whether they know it or not. But that very breath which we saw earlier, that breath of life, is what powers man's existence. It seemed one power. It was what made Adam the first man. God made him alive, or gave him life. What ministered life, and he became a living soul, a living being. It's still the same thing powering human life till the end of age. So intelligence is not that serious. It's not mystical. It's not vague. Every human being is embedded with intelligence. Every human being. So you have men like Howard Gardner, who proposed the theory of multiple intelligences and began to talk about things like you have different types of intelligences. You have visual, you have spatial, you have emotional, and all these types of intelligences. But what he captured in a sense was the fact that every human, there's a diversity of intelligences. There's a diversity of intelligence at work, at play. But that's to let you know that every human, regardless, I'm telling you, every human being, you do not conclude, you can't say somebody is not intelligent because it's embedded in their very DNA, their software. Okay, no, not exactly DNA, but I mean, you get what I'm trying to say, right? Well, that is a DNA too, but I mean, you get what the point I'm trying to make. So intelligence is not the same thing as academic excellence. Let's settle down. Okay, let me say academic performance. Intelligence is not the same thing as academic performance. Then you find that somebody's getting top grades in school, getting the best scores in a class in school, getting the top scores in exams, does not exactly mean that the person is intelligent. Okay, I sound like I'm contradicting myself. Does not mean that the person is putting his intelligence to use. Okay, yes. Does not mean the person is putting his intelligence to use, or it's actually the intelligence that is sponsoring that result. Okay. Yeah. So it's like saying, for example, when how do I okay, so we all agree that birds have wings, right? We agree that birds have wings. Beautiful. And because they have wings, they should fly, right? Yeah. But not all birds fly. Because they have wings, because they're birds, doesn't mean all birds fly. Doesn't mean all birds put their wings to use that way, right? So for example, you have birds like the eagles, the auks, the falcons. Those are like the kings of the skies. Then you have birds like chickens, turkeys. Those guys like practically spend most of their life on the ground, on their feet. Though yes, sometimes a couple of seconds in the air and they're done. And their birds that don't even fly at all. Like they don't take off from the ground at all. Are they still birds? Yes, all of them birds, yes. Very much yes. But not all of them fly. Not all of them even fly at the same. Not all of them have the same ability for flight. Or the same. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Are you getting the point I'm trying to bring on? The point I'm trying to bring out is someone can be good. You can actually be good and getting good grades, and that's fine. But the amount you're not putting your intelligence to work, you're not putting your intelligence to use. The amount of your the intelligence at work there is very low, in fact. And there are people many people, this is like the case of so many people that are not exactly getting top grades, they're not exactly topping the classes, sometimes even supposedly failing in class, failing in school. But these guys put your intelligence to work in so many ways than you can that you could even imagine. Because what? Okay, now we said intelligence is what? The ability to manipulate and create conditions favorable for your desire from the environment, from resources. So some people know how to make things work. They know how to make things work when they want to do something. That's an act or a display of intelligence there. And they may not be getting top grades in school. So you see, the issue here is the fact that for so long, we've equated intelligence to academic performance, to the grades and the top grades and things like that. So people who don't get those grades automatically, or over a period of time, they don't seem to be able to break into that level. They now assume that because they have poor grades, because they have low scores and all these things, they by themselves conclude that they are not intelligent, or this thing is not for me. Meanwhile, their intelligence may be finding expression in so many other places, in so many other ways, except in the context of academic performance, because they've been made to assume or made to believe that it's only when you get top grades that you're actually like good at school, or you're actually succeeding or like doing well in school. Right? So someone is now wondering, okay, how is someone? So people will be wondering and saying, how can somebody be intelligent and you're not doing well in school? I mean, it's very possible. It's actually very, very possible. Very possible. Very, very possible. It's not a function of, it's a function of putting that intelligence to work and knowing how to actually put it to work. It's not default. Okay. It's not default. That's the reason why you go to school. That's why you are being, even from a very young age, you're exposed to literacy. So literacy, the ability to read and write. There's a systemic method to teach literacy to ensure that you are literate. So you can see there that whether you are intelligent or you are not intelligent, there's a systemic way. There's a way you can know you can oh my goodness, how do I put this? You can be taught how to read and write without even making sense or knowing how to make something out of that. Okay. So you have people who by themselves condemn themselves and conclude that, oh, I'm not intelligent because I'm not getting the grades, and I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this, I'm not intelligent and things like that. And then sadly, some teachers also make matters worse. Parents who don't even understand all these things also had fall to the fire, and then you start saying all sorts of things to the child, and the child just concludes, I'm not good. Book is not for me. There are so many people, you will hear that statement so many times when people say, school is not my thing. Now, they are trying to say something, and they are also saying something. Now, they are saying, when you hear someone make a statement like, school is not for me, you should check two things.
Amazing! You listened till the end. Now tell me, what was your aha moment while you listened? Share it in the comment section and let others learn from your experience. Also, share today's episode with someone and stay connected with us for more faith-filled guidance on school, life, and purpose.